Welcome to Conversations Below the Surface, the CBS Podcast Shorts. I am your host, Marcus Gentry, and we hope you enjoy this episode. There is an expression that I came across quite a few years ago, and the expression was, "The tree is in the seed." Now, it's not mine originally, but I heard it, and I thought it was a pretty profound statement because at that time I was working with parents who were working with children. I was working with teachers, and I gave them that message as something that would inspire them to see something beyond what was present at that time. So continue to share knowledge and wisdom and lessons with them, because the tree is in the seed beyond what you could see at that time. And it was good. It was valuable. But now at this season of life, I look at that same expression just a little bit differently, because now I wonder what kind of seeds were planted in me and in you that is producing the outcomes that we have today in us. So it's not just that the tree is in the seed, but what kind of tree has been produced in you? So looking back at the seeds, what kind of seed did your mother plant in you? What kind of seed and messages did your father plant in you, your foster parents, your adopted parents, your aunts, your uncles, any of the people who were responsible for raising you as a child up to, let's just say 5, 6, 7 years old? What were those seeds? What did they tell you about things like relationships and forgiveness and how to express love to someone who you care for, or how to express anger when you're upset with someone, how to look at men, how to look at women, how to look at work, success, careers, all of those things. Those seeds were planted, and how do they play out in you today? What does that look like? Because sometimes you may discover that you are responding in a way that sometimes maybe you don't quite understand why you do things or why you react a certain way, but it's the outgrowth of seeds that were planted earlier. And in order to really adjust that, if there's some things you want to change, we have to do what I call disrupting the soil, to go back and unearth and actually look at those earlier messages and see what they were that's causing us to have some of the habits that we have today, the way we communicate with people, the way we manage relationships. You know, they used to say a lot that if a person has maybe alcoholism or high blood pressure or diabetes or obesity, things like that, oftentimes they would just say that it is genetic. But deeper research early on started to show that a lot of things weren't necessarily because of a gene that was in the children, but it was because of habits that the children practiced that were the same as the parent or grandparent or aunt practiced. And they aren't just genetically predisposed to that, but they're practicing some of the same eating habits, some of the same exercise habits, some of the same behaviors. And it's those behavioral habits that creates the outcome or the outgrowth of things that some people used to call genetics. So this is all about just re-examining that expression, the tree is in the seed, and looking in the mirror and seeing what kind of tree have we turned into? What kind of flower have we turned into from the seeds that were planted inside of us a long time ago? Because the tree is in the seed. Thank you for listening to this CBS Podcast Short. If you would like to hear more on this topic, please email me at respect@marcusgentry.com. And don't forget to check back for new episodes.